recreating this iconic shot from It, Welcome to Derry. So today I'm going to be trying to attempt to recreate this shot, which looks like definitely there's a bit of like a fire or a lamp kind of behind him, as well as a bit of wraparound lighting. There's definitely an orange source also secondary to where he's leaning down. And then I kind of want to add a more neutral light, kind of like what's happening here, just to give a catch light to where the eyes are going to be. And I figured I'd do this in my living room because it looks like there's couches and all that behind Pennywise. I definitely want to pay as much homage to that and show you guys how I achieve that kind of color grade and kind of lighting with a A7 III and a Samyang 85 f1.4. And today I've recruited my best friend Matt yet again to step in for this. Matt,
Hello.
thrilled to be here, right? Anyway, he brought this get up for us, so
Yeah, it's not much. I've got a good sporting, maybe we'll use it.
yeah, I definitely think, again, Pennywise is a bit harder to accomplish doing the full like kit makeup and all that, but we're gonna go for like a home invasion, still a scary kind of figure, but the whole point is that we want this imagery to evoke that sense of fear and dread. And he pulled this out of nowhere, to be honest, because I just asked him to dress in certain colors, but he's got the, I forget, what's this one?
This is our Under Armour,
Thank you.
what was it, Project Rock?
That's it. And then the mask, as well as this kind of like cargo jacket with the whole... Costco, bro.
Costco.
And we'll definitely, once we have the lighting set up, we'll do little macro shots of like the mask, the rings and stuff like that. So we're just gonna have fun with it, try different things. We're gonna be using, there's a practical lamp behind us, which is also very similar to the screenshot in Pennywise. So we're gonna use that, as well as I'm gonna accessorize with a few lights. These are from Amazon. These are like 30 bucks each on sale right now. Fantastic lighting. I have 3 of those, one lighting us right now. So that's going to be the additional orange light here, maybe a top light, and as well, again, just a fill light, not just to his eyes, but like as you can see in the mask, we want to give a bit of reflection in there. Otherwise, all of that is just going to fade into the shadows. So we do want to give it like some shape. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's a good idea. We'll check probably with that one. I'm just going to reduce. Okay, so kneel down here for me, over here. So I have the other light over there set to like 26,000 Kelvin. This one I'm going to bring still more white, but probably around 4,000 Kelvin. Just so it's not like remotely different and it just like, where's this fucking white sort of light coming from? You always want to give light a, not just presence, but a origin source. So like there's definitely warm light coming from this practical lamp. So if there's a bit of extra warm light coming from here, your eyes automatically believe, oh, well, the light source might be coming from that. You don't want just like a random hit of light out of nowhere if you're trying to make scene kind of flow cohesively. Of course, there's style choices, but we're trying to emulate that. Can I go for a test shot and go closer to the couch in front of you? So, all right, so definitely not enough power yet there. Okay. That's pretty... yeah, just get into position. Let me just focus it first. Go. Getting into editing in Lightroom, first I'm just going to fix this crop. I do want this quite tight on him without this negative space on the right. And going to add in, firstly, we're going to go add a bit of an S-curve. I'm going to fix the exposure independently in the mask for the mask. Going to go into the mask area, hold Alt or Option, just to make sure sharpness is only being applied to what I want it to and not to noise. So it has an ISO 1000, I'm not too concerned with the noise on that. You can add AI denoise if you want to. I'm going to mess with this, so minus 30, 30, and plus 30. I'm doing this to bring the color science more into like Canon's window, because it did shoot with the Sony, which I adore because it's best for low light performance and so many other reasons, but just pushing the colors, going more that direction. As you can see in the reference photo, you definitely have that green tint in the shadows. So I'm going to add that in there, which looks pretty cool. And then the rest, we're really just going to hit it with masks. So we're going to go into linear gradient, going to draw one here, just because I want to control this negative space and the one behind his back independently. So I'm going to add that in, but subtract it from subject. And it grabbed a little bit of his sleeve. So I'm just gonna subtract brush. Beautiful. And we're gonna lower the exposure. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to go into here, the green channels. And I'm just gonna introduce some green into the background. Sweet. Radial. Same deal. Decrease that. Maybe give it a bit more warmth. Gonna go into this. Cool. And here's what I absolutely love, adding the actual brush to that. And as you can see, with things like masking, I'm not too particular in a shot like this because I do want a lot of feathering in the brushes and things like that. Amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. And definitely add some contrast. Sorry, not contrast. Add some clarity and texture. Oof, that's looking mean. That's looking good. Look at that. Definitely, I think too much shadow over here, so I'm going to create another brush so I can control this exposure separately. Back up, exposure. Again, do want it to still be in the shadow because that is how the lighting worked, and if I brought it completely out, it would look a bit unrealistic. So just bringing it out a smidge more. Oof, that looks mean. I think another thing I'm going to do is a inverted radial gradient, so I can actually remove the sharpness and contrast from every other place to draw the viewer's eye directly to the mask. So remove that, remove that, remove that. And I think adding another linear gradient right here and just decreasing. That looks so good. And then back to overall controls, just lifting the shadows a fair bit. Sweet. I think this end has slightly too much green and needs to be darker. Yep. Okay. So then we go from that's the before image to that's the edit. I'm really happy with this, considering this was shot in my living room with 3 Amazon lights, a practical lamp, a mask you got from 20 bucks from like Supernova. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with these. I'm gonna show you some of my favorite photos from the shoot. Dude, like, it's just insane what you can actually accomplish and do. And it's just me, Matt, couple lights, camera, like, just making something cool like this. I'm really happy with the result.